Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome to the Forever Winter. This is a early access title currently available on Steam, developed by Fundog Studios, a bunch of industry veterans who've worked on previous titles such as The Witcher 3, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Mass Effect. And now, they're doing this. This game is an extraction shooter, except unlike other popular extraction shooters, like Escape from Tarkov, you are by no means the hero of the story. In Escape from Tarkov, you're a badass, kick-ass, private military contractor who can take on anything. In Forever Winter, not so much. In fact, the character that you start off with is called the Old Man, because he's an old man. You're a scavenger, just trying to survive day to day. The world of Forever Winter has been plunged into global warfare since, well, as long as anybody can remember. There are various different warring factions. Nobody even knows why they're fighting anymore. They're just fighting because that's what they do. And you're stuck in the middle, trying to make a living from scavenging the bits left over. I've talked about this game at, well, quite some length in my Monday Mingles with Jingles videos over the last couple of weeks. But I'll give you a quick recap here. At the start of this game, it has a sort of brick wall learning curve. You're equipped with a surplus rifle and a pump-action shotgun. Pump-action shotgun can hold 6 shells, the surplus rifle has a 10-round magazine. You are woefully unprepared to handle the world outside the innards, your base here. You don't know where anything is on the various different maps that you're going to be exploring. You don't know what you can fight and what you can't fight. You probably should try to avoid getting into any fights at all, certainly at first, because the surplus rifle is absolutely crap. You don't even know what is valuable and what isn't valuable from the loot that you scavenge and salvage. It's an extremely difficult game to get into. And then of course you've got the water mechanic, which is an interesting choice. Your primary resource, to a degree in this game, is water. If you've got no water, it's basically game over. All of these vendors that I'm purchasing equipment and ammunition from, they only stick around for as long as you have water. Now, you might remember at the very beginning of the video, there were big screens up on the walls telling me that I had 23 days worth of water, and that's good. You know, that's fine. I'm at the point in the game where water really isn't much of an issue. However, at the start of the game, it very much is. When you set up shop in the innards, you only have 3 days of water, so getting more water is a big priority. And there's a couple of problems associated with that. First and foremost, you don't actually know where any of the water is, where any of the various different water spawn points are in the maps that you're going to be exploring. You don't even know what a water container looks like. And the starting rig that you're equipped with can only carry one large item. And a water canister is a large item. So you can never extract with more than one water on you. So my first couple of hours in this game were incredibly tense because I didn't know what I could fight. It's generally a good idea at the start to try to not fight anything. I didn't know what I was looking for. I mean, I knew I was looking for water, but I didn't know what water looked like. And even on those occasions when, oh, great, I've found some water, you then have to get to an extraction point and get out alive. And some of the extraction points are timed, which starts a 1-minute timer before you can actually use the extraction point. And when you activate a timed extraction point, it starts spawning in enemies. And you're equipped with a surplus rifle. So, yeah. This is an extremely tough game to get into. And matters aren't helped by the fact that water depletes in real time in the Forever Winter. By which I mean, every day that goes by, in real time, you expend 1 day's worth of water, whether you're playing the game or not. Which is a really bizarre choice on the part of the developers, because, I mean, I'm at the point now where water really isn't an issue. I currently have a 23-day water supply, which is more than enough to be going on with, and these quests and missions that you can pick up from the various different factions that you have to unlock will often reward you with water. Plus, I'm now wearing a rig that will allow me to carry 3 large items. So potentially every time I go out, I could be coming back in with another 3 days worth of water. Water is no longer an issue. It's only really an issue at the start of the game, when things are already as hard as they're ever going to be. So it's a really kind of bizarre design choice, because it only really acts as a barrier to entry to new players. I should probably remind everybody though that, I mean, this is early access. The game is basically in alpha status, although it's remarkably stable. Having said that though, it does suffer from some performance issues. I'm playing at 4K on an RTX 4080, and I can't get it to go any higher than 60 frames per second. People with less generous system specifications, yeah, it can turn into a bit of a slideshow at times. But once again, it's early access. The game isn't really optimized, so things can only get better. Anyway, I'm heading into the Mech trenches. I've got a couple of missions that I need to complete, and I can get them done in there. So I have equipped my M4 carbine, my Dragunov SVD, plenty of ammunition and medical supplies, and we're off. Welcome to the Mech trenches. So, I currently have 3 active missions. Hostile expungement, destroy European armed forces. I'm currently at 13 of 15. Oh, this is a... I guess we'll go ahead and call this a bug. I've got a drum mag for the M4 that can hold 60 rounds of ammo. And yet, you always start with 30 loaded. So, reload your M4 at the start of each entry to get the full 60 rounds in the drum mag. So yeah, I'm currently at 13 of 15 European armed forces killed. My second current mission, the Mech wreck, eliminate the Mech pilot, that can't be completed here. Oh, hello. European armed forces. Let's go ahead and get this mission complete. Right, mission complete. I do have to deal with the rest of the patrol, however. Oh, they're shooting back. Oh, well, they'll have to do that. Let's use a med kit. Still a couple of them left. Reload. Take that one out. And that one, it looks like the hitbox of the thing in front of me is actually blocking my shots there. Yeah, that can be annoying. But anyway, 1 mission complete. That's the required number of European armed forces killed. So yeah, the second mission, Mech wreck, can't be completed here. That needs to be done in the Scorched Enclave, eliminate a Mech pilot. The third mission though, pull the plug, that is here, in the Mech trenches. A Euruscan officer has been captured, he's currently on life support, and the Europeans are interrogating him, so we need to pull the plug on his life support. That is here. As you can see, the loot mechanics are fairly standard for an extraction shooter. You can either take the time to see what it is you're picking up while you're vulnerable, or just loot everything without actually knowing what it is that you've picked up. If you do just loot all, because you're in a rush and you're not necessarily in a safe area, you can identify all of the unidentified stuff in your pack by just dropping it, and then you get to see exactly what it is. Oh, there's another patrol. Oh crap, they're coming this way. That firefight that I just got into is absolutely not the sort of thing you want to be doing at the start of the game, by the way. Not with the surplus rifle. In fact, it would be an extremely dodgy decision even with the AK-47, that tends to be the first weapon that you upgrade to, which is vastly better than the surplus rifle, but it's still not that good. The game has multiple experience systems. Obviously, you as a character can earn experience and upgrade your skills. We'll talk about the prestige system later. But every weapon that you use also has an experience bar. And the various different mods and attachments that you can apply to the weapons are limited by whatever the weapon XP is. Oh crap, I'm going to have to fight these guys, aren't I? Yes. Oh well, I guess we're in for a penny in for a pound. Oh shit, need to reload. Yes, that's right, I'm here. Oh well. I'm earning an awful lot of M4 carbine experience here, which is a good thing. Had to burn through another med kit though. Right, let's see what you've got. I can't actually pick up weapons with this equipment rig. There's a specific type of rig known as the gun runner rig that has equipment slots that can actually pick up weaponry. Unfortunately, most of the weaponry that you pick up as a loot like this is damaged and can only be sold as salvage. You can't actually use it. You notice I'm not picking up the food and drink items because they're not that valuable. Again, this is one of the things that you just don't know at the start of the game. You'll tend to loot everything, and you have an extreme... Oh crap, there's another patrol. Alright. I don't have a huge amount of ammo left, so I want to try to avoid getting into any more firefights if possible. Although, these European soldiers do tend to drop 5.56 ammo. So it's not the end of the world if I do end up getting into a firefight with them, but it's going to be a lot safer given my current ammo state to just let them go by. I have to hide here. Oh shit. Okay, these guys are getting into a firefight with what looks like a drone up above them. Yeah, there's some heavies. I really don't want to be fighting them. Just wait for them to be fully engaged and then slip on by. Oh, don't worry about those. Those are civilians. They're not a threat. Right. Onwards and inwards. Oh, hello. There's a container here. Ammunition. Give me some 5.56. Yeah, that'll do. I'll have that. I'll have that. And I'll have that. Okay. Let's go. Oh, shit. Right, nothing to see here. Off you go. They've been attracted by the sound of the fighting. Oh, 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 oh. I mean, I could take these guys out, but... yeah, I don't know how many more are with them. It's like there's 3. Possibly all part of the same patrol as the 2 that went up ahead. Almost at my objective. Through here, there's all kinds of stuff, but it is fairly heavily patrolled. Just keeping an eye out for any more patrols. Right, medical supplies. Yep, another patrol. On you go, nothing to see. Small first aid kits. I mean, I'll take them. I can always sell these back at the innards. Right. The officer that I'm here to pull the plug on, he's in this room. There's 2 of them there. By the way, I'm using suppressed weapons. And there's a very good reason for that. I'm going to switch to the SVD. Oh, where are you going? Oh, he's getting awfully close. You should wander off and rejoin the rest of the patrol, though. See, the thing about guns is they're very, very loud. A couple of those patrols were attracted by the sounds of the fighting in the Mech trench. If I hadn't been using a suppressed SVD, those guys would have reacted to their buddy getting shot in the back of the head. You see, there are some weapons in this game that are absolutely deadly. Heavy machine guns, heavy rifles, but they can't be fitted with suppressors. So you have to balance the whole stealth versus firepower aspect. There's some water over here. Hey.
Not bad. Not bad.
Some weapon parts. 545 ammo. That's for the AK. Don't really need that. Okay. You see what? Sometimes there are no patrols in here, and yet other times you get situations like this. If I wasn't using suppressed weaponry, everybody within half a mile would be coming to investigate the sounds of the gunfire. Okay. Now, you see those blue canisters? Yeah, there's some here as well. This is usually where the water spawns are. So I want to take a closer look, because with this rig I can carry 3 large items. So potentially I could extract with 3 days worth of water. The guy that I need to unplug is over there. But I don't trust this room. I've been caught by surprise patrols in this room way too often to start taking things for granted. Even at my current equipment level, you really don't want to be getting into fights unless you absolutely have to. I mean, I got involved in a fight right at the start, but I was kind of caught in a dead end. Oh, hello, there's more of them. Where are you going? And I needed to kill European soldiers to get a mission done. That was a calculated risk. See if we can find some more water first. Here's the guy I shot earlier. We'll have a look through his pockets. A couple of weapon upgrades. Quite a few weapon upgrades, actually. If you do die on one of these missions, you lose everything. You lose your equipment rig, you lose your weapons, you lose all of the loot. There's another 2 days worth of water there, I'll have that.
Gives us
And on a subsequent return to the same map, you can loot your corpse. But all you get back are your weapons and your rig. You don't get any of the loot that you had on you when you died. There's another bloody patrol coming. Well, it's just the one guy. Safe to take out. Oh, missed the headshot. Now, if you don't recover your corpse, let's say I was to die in here with my upgraded M4 and Dragunov SVD, I could resupply with the same equipment loadout back at the innards, but it would cost me. I would have to re-buy all of the weapons and equipment upgrades, the gas tubes, the stocks, the optics. I would have to re-buy them from the various different vendors, assuming they even had those relevant parts in stock. And that can be really expensive. So it's particularly if you lose a rig, because these things cost hundreds of thousands of credits. So it's always better to try to recover the stuff that you had on you when you died. Way more cost efficient. Okay, there's the guy whose plug I need to pull. Hello, what we have here? More medical supplies. Yeah. I have plenty of capacity. Again, this is another issue at the start of the game, because the initial rig that you start with has very, very limited storage. Oh shit, hunter killers have been deployed. Beware, they will not stop coming. Right, I need to get this mission done and get out of here. If you make a big enough nuisance of yourself, hunter killers will be deployed to track you down and kill you. Right, there's the plug pulled on the life support, so that's another mission complete. It's time to get out. If you look at the top of the screen, the compass shows you where the extraction points are. You can kill hunter killers, but it's best to avoid them. But yeah, at the start of the game, the rig that you are equipped with can only carry a very limited amount of loot, so you will often have to leave stuff behind, which means you just want to pick up the most valuable stuff. But at the start of the game, you don't know what's valuable and what isn't. Oh, patrol. They're heading the other way. That's good. The extraction point is down this way. There's an elevator at the end of this trench, which is actually also one of the insertion points that you can choose. But yeah, it's time to get out. I could, because I've still got plenty of free storage space, I could stick around and just loot more stuff. But I can't tell you the number of times I have died by pushing my luck. Thinking, well, I'll just get a few more kills, a bit more experience for the weapon that I'm using. Let's just get a bit more loot. Bitten off more than I could chew, and got my ass handed to me. So I'm going to take the hint, and we're going to start the extraction. Oh, it's only a 45-second extraction timer, though, so that's not too bad. But stuff is now going to start spawning in and coming for me, so I have to wait out the timer. And there are... oh, here they come. I could use some experience on the SVDs. Cyborgs. These are basically zombies. They're easy to kill, and they don't come with ranged weapons. So this is fine. Let's get some SVD experience. 10 seconds to go. Oh shit, I'm getting shot at. That's the hunter-killer. Yeah, they will start engaging you from a massive distance. I'm just going to crouch down here. Extraction available. Right, let's get out of here.
Easy day.
And we've made it with 2 missions complete. So how'd we do? 22 kills, nearly 5,000 experience, and a healthy chunk of experience for the M4 and the SVD. There's all of our loot. Nothing special, but 3 days worth of water. So that's good. And 2 missions complete. So let's get back home. Well, I didn't get any loot boxes, so there's nothing to open. So I'm just going to move everything to my stash. Let's hand in my 2 quests and see what goodies I'm going to get for this. So, killed a whole bunch of Europans. Let's claim that reward. Get an extra day of water there as well, which is nice. So I've effectively come back from this particular trip with 4 days worth of water. Even a lowly non-org as yourself can take on 15 Europans. What do you mean lowly? Okay. Oh, a heavy machine gun. 1,000 XP, a day of water, and Eurasian faction reputation. Turn this one in for pulling the life support on the captured officer. The services are still required elsewhere. Alright. 10,000 credits, 500 XP, a day of water, and more faction reputation. Now, the vendors that you can unlock for your base, let's just quickly go and deposit my water, 25 days. So the water that you get from completing quests is automatically added to your reserve. Any water that you extract with has to be manually added to the reserve. But the vendors that you can trade with back in your base, they all belong to different factions. Now, Heisenberg here, and in fact most of them, are all scavenger faction, which is fine. However, Aramaki and Grillo are not. Grillo is Europan. And I just killed a whole bunch of Europans, so I've lost a bit of reputation with this guy. It took me a while to figure out that the easiest way to farm reputation with the factions is not to do missions for them. I mean, that gets you a lot of reputation with the factions, but it's not easy. It's to just sell loot to the various different faction vendors. So I'm already back up to 100% trusted level 3 reputation with Grillo just by selling him the crap that I brought back with me from the mission that I just did. It took me a long time to figure this out, because initially Aramaki, the Euruscan vendor, was the only one available to me. And in the Scorched Enclave I was constantly shooting and killing Euruscan military, which meant that even though I was earning experience and unlocking new equipment slots for my AK, he wouldn't sell me any of the parts because he didn't trust me. So top tip, just sell your gear to the vendor that you want to earn reputation with. There are 3 different reputation levels with each vendor: untrusted, neutral, and trusted. And you can only get the good stuff from them when you're trusted. Now, when you come back from a run, it's always a good idea to check in with the various different vendors to see whether or not new stuff is available, like the 3rd barrel for the Dragunov SVD. because I did level up the SVD on that little trip to the Mech trenches. Now, generally a barrel upgrade usually means increased damage for whatever weapon. However, that can sometimes come with a trade-off. But I'll show you that in more detail when I actually come to customize my SVD. For now, let's just take a look, because I did earn a whole bunch of experience, and you also get awarded experience for successfully handing in missions. So let's go and take a look at the character screen. I'm currently playing the Old Man, which is the character that you start with. Here we go. See this? 8,000 XP. So let's have a look at the skills that I can unlock. To next Prestige, I'm at 12,000 of 24,000. So some of these skills, like this, Medical Expert V5, cost 34,500 XP to unlock. But my current XP gain is capped at 24,400. So any XP beyond that is lost. What you have to do is prestige the character. You can see I've done it 8 times. That increases your XP cap and also gives you additional hit points and so on and so on. But it does reset all of your skills. So you're going to have to prestige the character multiple times to actually eventually get the higher level skills. Because, like, for example here, the Pack Mule Rig, 14,000 XP. That's currently within my XP cap limit. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Medium Equipment Gun Runner Rig, which I'm probably never going to use, but I need to unlock before I can get the Pack Mule Rig. I mean, the Heavy Container Gun Runner is what I'm aiming for, but I'm going to need to prestige a few more times to raise the XP cap before I can get that. Anyway, equipment. I was talking about trade-offs. Did I... Oh, that's not... Oh, the wrong preset. This could use some work, by the way, the equipment presets. It's kind of fiddly. There we go. My equipped M4. So there we go. Drum mag. I have a new handguard. So these are the kind of trade-offs that I'm talking about. Depending on what you equip, you can get more accuracy, but you'll lose stability. So, you know, there's that. But that's not all. Let's have a quick look. I unlocked a new optic. It must have been something that I looted. This thing. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. I do like the sort of EOTech hollow sight style of optics, so we're going to go ahead. I've got a new stock for the M4 though. Again, it gives me more accuracy, but it costs me stability. I like accuracy. This is fine. We'll save those changes. If I go to the SVD, however, is that the one? No, that's, again, yeah. That's not the one I actually have equipped. That's the one I have equipped. Because it took me a long while to unlock the upper receiver that actually has a scope mount. But I did just unlock barrel C for the SVD. See, I'm using barrel A. I've unlocked barrel B, but I ain't using it because barrel B cannot be fitted with a suppressor. Barrel A can. You see, I'll lose the suppressor. Unfortunately, it's the same thing with barrel C. I lose the suppressor if I equip barrel C. And I'm not actually seeing any benefit to equipping barrel C. It's not... You know what, screw it. We'll go with a standard initial barrel and I will put a suppressor on it. And we'll save those changes back. Now, the rig that I'm using is pretty good. And the rig vendor, Bundleton, I think his name is, he's Scavenger Faction. He will only appear in the innards once you have, I think, at least 15 days worth of water. And rigs are eye-wateringly expensive. But you kind of have to spend money to earn money, because the bigger rig means you can carry more loot back, and therefore earn more money. And that Pack Mule rig, that's the one I'm aiming for. Can't actually equip it right now, and it's 500,000 credits. So I'm going to have to do some credit farming. And also I need to earn more experience on the Old Man here before I can even unlock it. Oh, I nearly forgot. Speaking of characters, I was awarded a heavy machine gun, wasn't I? Completed one of those missions. I think it was for the Eruskans, and they awarded me with a heavy machine gun. Now, the Old Man cannot use a heavy machine gun. He can't use a light machine gun. He can use rifles, heavy rifles. I think that's about it. But there are other characters available, all with different skill sets. Good at certain things, and not so good at certain other things. You can see I've got an M60 there, but the Old Man can't actually use it. It's classed as a light machine gun. I'd say it was a medium machine gun, and anybody who's ever had to carry one will tell you that there's nothing light about an M60. But Bagman here, He can not only carry more loot than anybody else, but he can also use all kinds of heavy weapons, including Painless here, the 50 cal heavy machine gun. I'm going to be extremely surprised if this thing... Wait, that's not it. Back to equipment. Where's old Painless? There it is. I'll be extremely surprised if you can fit a suppressor to this thing. No, of course you can't, because it's a 50 caliber heavy machine gun. That thing is going to lay down the hurt. It's also going to alert every enemy within a mile every time I pull the trigger. But I think it might be worth it. So yeah, I might have to start leveling up Bagman, see what he can do. But anyway, that is the Forever Winter, currently available in early access on Steam from Fundog Studios. It's really tough to get into, but it's definitely worth persevering with. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.